Terry, you gotta help me. I just got another notice from the hospital collection agency. You wouldn't believe what they're trying to pull on me now.
Nancy, I tried to help you the last time you were here, but you wouldn't listen.
But they threatened to take part of my salary. Terry, I don't even make that much money. How can I get by? I won't be able to live. How can they do that to me?
That is a fairly standard procedure in a case like yours.
But they said that they'll attach a lien to my house, to Mother's house. Look at it.
Nancy, I find it very hard to believe that you have made no payment whatsoever on this bill.
Well, how could I? I don't have the money. I mean, can't you do something? Can't you help me? Please, Terry. Terry, you've got to help me. You're the only one that I can turn to.
Nancy, we have already discussed this at great length. Now, I'm not going to give you any money. I told you that before.
But don't you even care about me?
Well, of course I do. But I thought you were going to speak to Lester Lewis and make some special arrangements about that hospital bill.
Terry, I didn't get anywhere with that old bat.
Get anywhere?
Well, yeah, you thought he would have made an exception in this case. I mean, I shouldn't have to pay that bill. I mean, Charles was supposed to pay it, and how was I supposed to know he was going to leave me high and dry?
Nancy, there is nothing I can do. I've given you all the advice I know.
Well, you could at least plead my case with Lester Lewis. That's all I'm asking.
I hate to tell you this, but Lester and I are not on the best of terms. Now, I've told you before, the best thing that you can do is...
Sell the house, right? I mean, it's beginning to sound like a broken record.
Well, I'm sorry, but that is the logical thing to do. Now, you need the money, and you've got it all tied up in the house.
No way.
You'd have more than enough to pay your bills.
Absolutely not. I am not going to sell that house, and that is that.
Nancy, if you're not careful, the bank is going to take your share of the house.
How could you be so cruel?
Cruel? Nancy, face facts. You owe the hospital $20,000. Your only other asset, your jewelry, is tied up by the court until Tab's trial. What else can you do?
Terry, I am family. I mean, doesn't that mean anything to you?
Everything always has to be your own way, doesn't it, Nancy? Well, now look, can you honestly say that you're happy? All you've ever done all your life is manipulate other people. Is your life really fulfilled?
You talk about me having things my way. What about you? Ever since I can remember, you've always had everything your way. I mean, Mother always doted on you. How do you think that made me feel, huh? You think that made me feel happy?
Excuse me. Hello? Oh, hi, Ben. Lunch at the Greenbrier? Well, is Lori up to it? Wonderful, okay. Sounds like a good idea. I'll tell you what, I've got some things to finish up here, but I'll come as soon as I'm through. Okay, see you then.
Terrific. Lunch at the Greenbrier. I mean, how lovely. So where does that leave me?
Nancy, I feel I've done absolutely everything I can for you. Have you tried talking to the prosecuting attorney and get your jewelry released?
Oh, no, I hate lawyers.
Well, I spelled out your options. If you want to sell your share of the house, you'd have enough to pay off your debts and plenty left over. If not, please feel free to contact Lester Lewis and make some arrangements to pay this bill.
You've been just a great help, you know that?
Nancy, you don't have any other choices.
Well, I think I will call Lester Lewis, and I think I will just let him know how my own sister refused to help me. And everyone in the hospital is going to know what a hypocrite that Terry Davidson is. Selfless, compassionate Terry Davidson. Wait till they find out the truth.
But I thought you said you were doing okay.
I am. I'm just, I feel really funny here. What if we run into somebody that we know?
What if we do?
I don't know. I just don't want to see anybody. I mean, I just don't feel up to any small talk, you know, like, where have you been? I haven't seen you in a long time, you know, that sort of thing.
I'll tell you what, if that situation arises, your mother and I will do all the talking, okay?
Okay.
Good.
Is that why you asked Mom to join us? Because it would make you feel better if you knew that somebody else was here to take care of me?
Take care of you. Honey, frankly, I would much rather have you all to myself. But I thought it'd be a nice change of pace for Terry to get out. You don't mind her coming, do you?
No, of course not.
And the holidays haven't been easy on her. You saw that yourself.
Yeah, I know.
It's nice for her to get away.
Ben, I'm amazed at how sensitive you are to other people. I guess I've always known it, but ever since I've been at Mercy in the hospital and these couple of months, I've just really noticed it. You're really in touch with other people's needs.
Well, with you, Laurie, it's, I love you so much, I feel I know you better than I know myself.
Ben, you've been patient with me all this time. I don't know how I'll make it up to you.
All I want is for you to be happy. And there's no need to rush things.
Let's face it, I haven't been much of a wife to you.
Laurie, no, please, let's...
You know what I'm talking about.
Thank you. As I've told you before, I understand how you feel. It's okay.
It's not okay.
Laurie, please.
I guess this isn't exactly the right place to talk about this, is it?
No, it isn't.
Ben, all I ask is that you be patient with me, okay? I don't know why I feel this way, but I know that it doesn't mean that I don't love you.
I just want us to be together. That's all that matters to me.
Try to understand. Please.
I do, sweetheart. I do.
I'm not gonna take it. I am not gonna take it anymore.
Well, hold on a second. What happened?
I don't deserve to be treated like this. It's just not fair.
I'm getting the picture. Okay, what's his name?
His name?
Some guy dropped you, right?
No, it was my lousy sister, the selfish, inconsiderate hypocrite. You know, everybody thinks she's so wonderful. Boy, she won't even lift a finger to help her own sister.
Nancy, did you get another notice from the collection agency?
Vicky, they are threatening to take my salary. I can barely get by on what I've got, what I make now, let alone if they take any more.
Well, have you explained this to them?
Well, then they said they'd put a lien on the house. I just don't believe it. And then, you know, Terry, who's some bigwig at the hospital, you think she'd do something to help me? No, she won't even help. Oh, gosh, then I got that electricity bill. And the fuel. You wouldn't believe what it costs to heat that place. I don't know where I'm going to get any money.
Well, I can't believe the police still haven't given you back your jewelry.
Well, Tab got his lawyer to postpone the case again. And then I'm going to go and talk to the DA, but, you know, that could still be months before that comes through. Vicky, do you think that you could see your way to lending me some money, you know, until my jewelry comes through?
Nancy, I don't know.
Well, Vicky, you are the only one that I can ask.
Well, it's not that I don't want to, believe me. It's that I'm really not in a very good position to be able to lend you any.
But you know I'll pay it back.
All I have saved up in this big wide world is $500.
You're right, it's not very much, but at least it would pay my utilities. I don't know what I'm going to do about that $20,000 hospital bill, though. Are you sure that's all you could spare, $500?
Nancy!
What?
I just finished telling you that all I have is $500 to my name.
Well, it doesn't hurt to ask, right?
You know, maybe your sister's right. Maybe you ought to consider selling your house.
No way.
Well, why not? You just told me yourself you can't even afford to heat the place. And Nancy, why'd you need a house that size?
That house means too much to me. I mean, I just can't explain it. Mother and I were very close, and no, I'm just not going to sell that house.
You may have to if they put a lien against it.
Over my dead body.
Well, on the way over here, I came to a decision, and I want you both to let me know what you think. I'm going to talk to Harold Webster about selling the house.
Selling Grandma's house?
Mm-hmm. Well, Nancy and I each own half of it.
I know that, but do you have to sell your half?
Well, according to Mr. Webster, each of us can still keep our share, but rent it to the other.
Well, basically, that's what you're doing now, except Nancy isn't paying you any rent, right?
Exactly. Or if that doesn't work, one of us can sell out to the other.
But what happens in a situation where the two parties don't agree?
Well, according to Mr. Webster, if both parties can't come to an agreement, then they can sell to a third party.
It's come to that?
I have given Nancy every opportunity to get her life straightened out. She has no business living in a house like that, not with a $20,000 hospital bill hanging over her head.
Are you going to have her thrown out again?
Now, please don't say it that way. I know it sounds heartless, but it's really for her own good.
I know, I'm just kidding.
Now, if we can sell to a third party, Nancy will get over $40,000. She can pay off her bill and still have plenty of money left over. And besides...
The Redlands.
Jean and Carla love that house so much, especially Carla. And now, with the baby coming, the house would be just perfect for them. So, I'm not going to put it off any longer. I'm going to talk to Mr. Webster about it.
Well, I think you've made a very wise decision.
Oh, that's the third time I've made a mistake on these things.
Nancy, if you just calm down and relax, perhaps you wouldn't make so many mistakes.
Well, is it my fault that my sister is such a louse? She's just ruined my whole day.
You know, I can't believe Terry Davidson is the monster you make her out to be. I mean, well, look at Peter. He's really a nice guy. His mom can't be all that bad.
I don't know what you see in that sniveling little runt.
Peter?
Well, he's such a mama's boy.
Hey, watch it, Nancy. Leave Peter out of this. He has nothing to do with this, and I don't like you talking about him like that.
Okay, all right. I have enough hassles without having you on my back.
Is it really that bad?
Look it, I cannot get through to Lester Lewis on the phone, so I am just going to go right down there to the hospital and see him, okay? I'll finish that stuff tomorrow.
But Nancy!
I know you wouldn't mind.
Here they come. Keep your eyes open, you might learn something.
Not Professor Prescott again.
Hey, you don't know how lucky you are having the opportunity to watch a real pro in action, buddy.
Gil!
Hey,
Hi!
how you doing?
Yes, great weather. A little chilly maybe, but the light's perfect. It's just what I ordered.
Oh, we aim to please, my dear.
Oh, this is Amy and
Hello.
Trina. This is Gil Prescott. Oh, and his associate.
His associate, Pete Davidson. Hi, very nice to meet you.
Sure is the lucky thing we're wearing first today.
Yeah, actually, I was hoping you ladies would be wearing bikinis.
Gil runs the construction company here.
That's right, Prescott Development. And if you ladies need anything, you just holler. I'll be happy to oblige.
I'm sure you would. But right now, I think we need to be left alone. We've got a lot of work to do. You ready to go?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm
great.
ready.
Let's get started.
Why don't they ever let us keep these? You know, it feels so good, I don't think I can give it up.
That's exactly the feeling that I want to come across in these shots, Amy. I want to feel glamour. I want to see it come across in your face. The essence of luxury. Every woman in the world should envy you that coat.
Well, Davidson, what do you think?
Amazing. Just amazing. Isn't she?
Now remember, Amy, you're not here. The shapes behind you are out of focus, so imagine that you're on top of the Acropolis or on the Champs-Elysees in Paris, okay? All right, glamour. All right. Okay, now move. That's good. Okay, Nat. Go.
Look at that lens. What kind of camera that is? Come on, Davidson. The girl's over there. Man.
Okay, girls, let's get some group shots. Amy and Trina down front. Kay, Diane, and Laura in the back. Right. No, Laura, over to your right. Right, good, good. Okay, Nat, okay, go for it. Great. Amy, that's wonderful. Glamour, yes.
I'm not going to sit back and take it, Terry. I refuse. I'm not going to let these people treat me this way.
Nancy, this is the second time today you've come barging into my office, ranting and raving.
I went down to Lester Lewis's office. I called him this morning. I asked him to return the call. He did not return the call. I just go down there, and he is still not there.
So?
So where is he?
Nancy, it's hardly my responsibility to keep track of Lester Lewis' comings and goings. However, I am expecting him here any minute.
Well, good. I have a few things I want to say to that old goat.
Terry?
Mr. Lewis, come in.
I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
No. You remember my sister, Nancy Lawson?
Hello, Mr. Lewis.
Your sister?
Yes, she wants to talk to you regarding her hospital bill.
Oh, yes, I remember. We discussed it once before. I recommended that we set up something so you could start payment, but as I recall, you mumbled something and dashed out of the room. Oh, I just assumed that you had come up with some way to pay it off.
Well, unfortunately, it didn't pan out.
Oh, Mrs. Lawson, you could have contacted my office at any time and explained your financial situation. We'd have been happy to set up some kind of a plan for you. But since you took no steps in that direction, we had no choice but to turn it over to a collection agency.
Where do you people get off? You bleed me dry with unnecessary medical treatment, and then you expect me to pay for it? I mean, it's outrageous. If I would have known that you were going to nail me with some $20,000 hospital bill, I never would have... Well, I don't even have that kind of money. And I can't pay it, and furthermore, I don't think I should.
That woman is your sister?
I'm freezing. You're wearing an $11,000 mink and you're freezing?
I'm cold.
I don't care if you are cold. You're getting paid to look beautiful.
Go warm her up.
I'm turning blue.
Here, let me show you something. Okay, that's a wrap. Gil, thanks for everything.
Anytime.
It was perfect, really was.
Good. Amber, how'd you like to stop off somewhere and pick up a couple hot buttered rums?
I can't. I've got to get these spurs back.
Well,
How about later on? Come on, Amber. I mean, you know, you owe me at least that. Or stop by my office and warm up a little.
Warm up, huh?
Now, what's gonna happen in a place of business?
Well, Gil, okay. Just because it's good business protocol.
My feelings exactly. Good business protocol.
Protocol.
Remarkable. How could two sisters be so different?
Well, I have to admit we've never really gotten along very well.
Well, I imagine she has trouble getting along with anyone. All the same, I want to commend you, Terry, for adhering to hospital policy in this case. When it comes to billing procedures, we make absolutely no exceptions.
Well, she asked me to see you on her behalf, but quite frankly, Mr. Lewis, it wouldn't have made any difference. When Nancy gets her own way, she just wants more.
Well, some people are like that. No, you were absolutely right to deny her request. No special favors for hospital personnel and their relatives now. That's been a policy of this hospital for as long as I can remember. Well, sisters, I still can't believe it.
Mr. Webster, this is Terry Davidson. I have a matter I'd like to discuss with you. It's about my mother's house. Late this afternoon? Well, that would be fine. I'll stop by your office on my way home. Thank you. See you then.
Join us again tomorrow for more of Another Life.